In today's world, the lives of powerful politicians extend far beyond their political roles, with their spouses often facing equally significant public expectations. These wives live under intense scrutiny, adhering to strict rules that shape their behavior and public image. Today, we're diving into the fascinating yet often restrictive lives of some of the world's most powerful women, the wives of influential politicians, and the rigid protocols they must follow. Number 1. Ri Sol-ju. Consider the life of Ri Sol-ju, the wife of Kim Jong-un, the supreme leader and absolute dictator of North Korea. While one might assume that being a figurehead is challenging, her situation presents a starkly different reality. As the latest in a long line of rulers, Kim presides over a nation notorious for its extreme isolation and dire conditions, ranking among the poorest countries globally, where citizens are deprived of fundamental human rights. Little is known about Ri Sol-ju, with her birth date estimated between 1985 and 1989. Coming from a family within North Korea's political elite, likely facilitated her ascent to prominence. After suffering a stroke in 2008, Kim Jong-il, Kim Jong-un's father, arranged for his son to marry her. Although they wed in 2009, Ri was not publicly introduced as Kim's wife until 2012. The country is infamous for its stringent laws, particularly regarding women, and Ri is not exempt from these restrictions. She cannot appear in public without her husband and has been compelled to sever ties with her previous life. Ri's past as a singer and entertainer lingers as a remnant of her identity before becoming First Lady. North Korean authorities have gone to great lengths to erase this aspect of her history, actively confiscating pirated CDs of her performances. They promote a fabricated narrative of her holding a doctorate in material science, yet she is barred from discussing scientific topics publicly. Such distortions raise questions about their true purpose. Additionally, her hairstyle and posture are reportedly dictated, especially during public appearances alongside her husband. The restrictions are so severe that she cannot leave the country without his approval, leaving her without a voice or agency in her own life. As Kim Jong-un continues to rule North Korea with an iron fist, Ri's position becomes increasingly indistinguishable from that of her subjects, starkly highlighting the oppressive power dynamics at play. Number 2. Peng Liyuan, the public face of China's First Lady. Our second focus is Peng Liyuan, the wife of China's president. As the leader of the world's second-largest economy and one of its most populous nations, China wields tremendous influence on the global stage. This strategic position as a manufacturing and trade giant amplifies the president's status as one of the most powerful men on the planet. With such scrutiny, both he and Peng navigate immense public expectations, reflecting the high standards demanded of their roles. Married since 1987, Peng is no ordinary woman. Before their union, she was an award-winning contemporary folk singer, celebrated in her own right. Their paths intertwined in 1986 when she served as the deputy mayor of an eastern port city, and they married a year later. Yet her days as an aspiring artist are long behind her. As the wife of a prominent leader, she faces challenges typical of such a position in a country like China. Strict policies regarding motherhood and gender roles mean that, even with her stature, she cannot easily assume a leadership role. Many, including the president, regard the notion of a working-class woman as a feminist folly. Consequently, Peng's role remains largely ceremonial. She is expected to look graceful, smile, and embody the dutiful spouse while her husband remains the focal point of attention. These expectations starkly contrast with the ideals of today's feminist movement, yet they represent the reality she must navigate. Number 3. Sarah bint Mashoor al-Saud, the Invisible Royal. When considering the wealthiest individuals in the world, Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman is undoubtedly prominent, with a personal fortune estimated at $25 billion. However, he leads the House of Saud, the royal family boasting a staggering net worth of $1.4 trillion. Marrying into such a powerful family comes with immense pressure, especially given Saudi Arabia's strict laws governing Islam and religious conduct. Sarah, MBS's wife and his first cousin, faces numerous regulations regarding her behavior. They married in April 2008 and have 5 children together, yet little is known about her life. Being a woman in Saudi Arabia presents significant challenges, and for Sarah, the expectations are particularly daunting. She is not permitted to speak in public unless directed by her husband and must strictly adhere to Islamic rules, accepting his word as final, especially regarding the powerful crown prince. Her situation is so controlled that even the few interviews she has granted occurred in the presence of high-ranking officials from the royal family, monitoring her every word and action. Anything that could tarnish the crown prince's image is strictly forbidden. While one might expect her to enjoy the perks of her royal status, the reality is that Sarah appears to have little real freedom or liberty. Her life remains an enigma, revealing the complexities of being a woman in the Saudi royal family. Number 4. Alina Kabaeva, the secret life of Putin's partner. Few world leaders inspire as much fear and infamy as Vladimir Putin. While figures like China's president and Kim Jong-un can be intimidating, none rival the big bad. Putin has maintained a firm grip on the Russian government for decades, briefly stepping down between 2008 and 2012 only to install a puppet president, returning seamlessly to power afterward. Officially divorced from his wife of 31 years, rumors have long linked him to Alina Kabaeva, a former rhythmic gymnast and media personality. Their relationship, speculated since 2008, is said to have produced 3 children. However, Russian state media avoids covering their alleged romance, likely due to fear of repercussions for revealing such details outside the Kremlin. Reports indicate that Alina travels under heavy security, and they are often forbidden from attending public events together, diligently working to conceal their relationship. Putin is acutely aware of the risks of exposure and goes to great lengths to prevent vulnerabilities that enemies could exploit. Yet, it must be incredibly challenging for Alina to maintain such distance from the man she loves. The emotional toll of this secrecy can be devastating, even when that person is a ruthless dictator capable of escalating global tensions. Number 5. Sheikha bint Nasir, Qatar's stylish but silent advocate. Known for her glamorous style, Sheikha bint Nasir, wife of Qatar's former emir, is one of the world's wealthiest women. Despite her luxurious lifestyle, Sheikha remains a controlled figure in a regime known for human rights violations, including restrictions on women's rights. Her public persona is carefully curated, and her speeches are heavily edited to ensure they align with the regime's interests. While she champions social causes like education and youth unemployment, her silence on critical issues reflects the limitations of her role within a repressive system.